Hello everyone, welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you're having a great day. If you've been watching Larry's Anything Goes programming, you know that we are not only providing great financial intelligence content as much as possible by interviewing other financial professionals, professionals in the travel industry, real estate industry, etc. and so forth, but we provide various services when it comes to specific products that we sell, from anything that you would actually find on Amazon or actually at Walmart, etc. and so forth. And we are actually providing specific products due to today's current crisis and whatnot to ensure that we provide the right services and products that you need at a reasonable price when it comes to medical face masks, when it comes to hand sanitizer, and when it comes to latex gloves and things of that nature, and etc. and so forth, toilet paper, paper towels. But we have what you need. Also, family, don't forget that Larry's Anything Goes is a part of an affiliate marketing network known as Gold Standard Partners, where you have the opportunity to buy cryptocurrency and allow others to invest with you as becoming an affiliate marketing partner. And obviously, if they purchase a package with the program, you're able to make money off their package purchases and make money off of their crypto purchases and things of that nature. If you want to join, please follow the links in the description, and I'll give you a call as soon as you sign up and purchase a package, and we'll go from there. But definitely, it's all about the best way to make money moves is to have currency with one another and to ensure that currency is always being spoken of on all levels, so it benefits everyone and not just one specific person. That's a lot of things that people forget about. So think about joining the program and we'll be able to go from there. But if not, either way, it's always appreciated. And thank you for watching, and hopefully you guys have a great day and continuously make money moves so you don't live broke like a fool. Take care. As you can see, with our various products, we have our financial apparel, as you see, wearing There's Anything Goes t-shirt, financial intelligence is sexy, face masks, latex gloves, things of that nature, to obviously ensure the safety of you and your family all at the same time. We want to ensure that you get the best products and see the actual products that we're actually providing for you, and giving you another view of not only the shirts and the medical masks, but actually another view of actual latex gloves and the actual hand sanitizer. Because one thing we've learned throughout this unfortunate crisis is that we have to take more precautionary measures to ensure not only the safety for ourselves, but for our families. And having a great pair of hand sanitizers, latex gloves, and medical face masks will ensure that safety. And with all that being said, hopefully you guys will check out our online store. We have the various products that you see here. With a couple of clicks, especially if you're paying via PayPal, it makes life that much easier for you to purchase our various products, especially during this unfortunate situation. You see the apparel from Larry's Anything Goes. We have the medical products when it comes to hand sanitizer, latex gloves, medical face masks, things of that nature, and various other products. So please check out Larry's Anything Goes. Support small local businesses. We greatly appreciate it, and hopefully that you have How goes the family? How goes it? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you're having a great night, late night, but we're here and that's all that matters. All right, anyway, so this is basically just a rant tonight. I'm not really going to go too in depth, but I really want to give my perspective, and hopefully in the comment section you'll give me your perspective on the miseducation of the worker in the United States of America. Because programming is a very easy thing to have done. Programming is a very easy thing to have accomplished, and not only to have accomplished, but it is very easy for one to get sucked into a specific bubble that they don't even realize could be somewhat detrimental to their existence within the next 20 to 30 years. Now, what I mean by being detrimental, the bubble of quote unquote, retirement with a 401k plan only, the bubble of, hey, work hard to get your raises, work hard to get your promotions and all that good stuff. But if you think outside of that box, then we frown upon that at our organization. Me personally, hey, I don't see anything wrong with that mindset of a corporate culture. However, I will say that my biggest pet peeve is not the organization itself, but the individual who accepts all the information. The best thing about living in the United States of America is that you do have a freedom of choice to do a lot of things. Now, whether those choices are good or bad, another story. But you do have a freedom of choice in regards to, hey, this is who I'm going to work for. This is how I'm going to make my money. Especially nowadays in the digital age, you have a choice of doing various different things, so you don't fall into the old 1985 aspect of I'm going to work at one job until the day I die and call it a day. Because those days are over with. That they've been over with for a long time, and I really just wanted to make this video tonight because it's like my mindset is it's not even just about what you read, it's not about what you listen to, but it's about the conversations you engage in on a regular basis. And most people, my prediction in the next 20, 30 years is that the homeless population, I've said this before, I'll say it again. The homeless population in the United States is going to quadruple because of one specific reason. One, lack of family. Two, lack of financial literacy. Now, I commend the platforms that are gone in various depth in regards to how people can be more solid when it comes to financial literacy. Increasing their income with their job, opening up a business, investing the money in stocks, bonds, cryptocurrencies, annuities, individual retirement accounts, 401ks, various investment vehicles. Getting a part-time job to supplement their income, finding other ways to cut corners in their spending, things of that nature. And then to put the cherry on the top for people to actually um, boss, the best way to boss up is to be around bosses. It's the best way to look at it. I love Damon Dash when he says, "I only speak boss," and he only likes to be around people that speak as an owner from an ownership mentality and not from a worker's mentality. He even said it himself. And I think that's going to be the future of new CEOs, future CEOs. Is like, hey, he's like, I don't want anybody working for me to help me with my vision if they don't have a vision outside of their own, outside of my business, because that is considered quote unquote the old school model of um, employers and whatnot, employees and whatnot, not just employers, but employees. That's going to be considered the old school model of employees in regards to, hey, I'm just going to work hard for the mission of the specific organization. But in regards to my life and what I want to do outside of that, not even going to take that into consideration and whatnot. And I think that is very wrong. And I commend the organizations that are like, hey, people first, profit later. Um, you know, quality of life first, profit later, because then you're going to have more of a not only a happier workforce, but then you're going to have a healthier workforce And then you're going to have a workforce that's going to want to stay with you for a longer time. Like this whole week, the thing that's been buzzing specifically on Twitter with Elon Musk, being having a certain stake of ownership in Twitter, but the owner of Twitter and other shareholders, he's he's put an offer out there to buy Twitter as a whole. And then every nowadays everyone wants to make a political speech a political issue out of everything. If I blink my eyes, let's make a political issue out of it from the left and the right. But what I'm saying is, they're saying the word around the campfire is that if Elon Musk buys Twitter, then there'll be a lot more freedom of speech allowed and all that good stuff. I don't care because you got people that are right wingers and left wingers that want to, that are mad because they can't say what they want to say all the time. And I'm going to say this live and publicly. And most working people get this, but I'm just going to say this live and publicly. If you work for somebody, you got to abide by their rules. If you are getting on somebody else's platform, you have to abide by their rules. A lot of people don't like the censorship of YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, et cetera, and so forth. But you can't get mad because you don't own it. And some people want to argue with me about this. And I'm like, if you don't own it, you don't control it. And if you don't control it, stop complaining. You're a participant in somebody else's house. Me being on YouTube and me being on Facebook is like me going into somebody else's house. When somebody comes to my house, I'm the king. You know, call me Senor El Rey Larry. You know what I mean? Call me the King Larry. All right. That's what it is when you get on these platforms. You don't own it. You're just a consumer. Where you're a person that's producing a product on somebody else's network, on somebody else's website, platform, et cetera, and so forth. So there are rules that you have to abide by. I get that and I respect that. Most people don't want to get that or respect that. Freedom of speech, yeah, you can say whatever you want to online, but that doesn't mean that if you don't own that specific platform, you can't say whatever you want. Now, when you're at home, you can say whatever you want to. But there's even laws in place saying that you're not allowed to scream, because of the freedom, you have freedom of speech, but you're not allowed to scream fire in a crowded place and whatnot, at least in most states. So there's always going to be rules and regulations, regardless of where you live at, regardless of where you go, because a society with no rules is going to be a society of anarchy, regardless of whatever your beliefs and politics are. That's what it is. Like I said, we don't do left versus right here. We do right versus wrong, and checkings and savings. That's how we get down at Larry's Anything Goes. All right, but I've gone off on my tangent, but this is my night to just rant it out. So it is what it is. But I will say, with all sincerity, the miseducation of the worker really falls on a specific amount of things. Education, one, grade school, college, etc., and then the mindset of people, because one can operate in multiple spaces, but it's all about your mindset when you go into a specific situation. Great example. You've had some of the most intelligent people walk out of prison, and they've basically rearranged their whole life. One great person is a great example. The Wall Street Trapper. If you've ever seen his content, if you've never seen his content, check him out. Great guy. I've learned so much about him. But he was a guy that was in the streets of New Orleans, Louisiana. He's a guy that started reading and studying a lot more because of who he was locked up with. And it's a very interesting story. There was one gentleman he was locked up with that noticed that especially the majority of the black prisoners, kept getting into trouble because they kept getting into fights with each other. The one guy was actually in jail for a couple of years because he committed a white collar crime. Most of the people that were in jail, they were in there for murder, rape, robbery, selling drugs, etc. But this individual was in there for a white collar crime. and another prisoner because this guy was successful, had his own financial firm, but he did certain things illegally with his financial firm, so he was in jail like he was supposed to be. But the story, how Wall Street Trapper puts it, is like, hey, in jail he started reading. In jail, he had more time to start actually putting his mind worthwhile, to worthwhile things and whatnot, reading, writing, and whatnot, and actually trying to figure out how to make money legally and whatnot. And then when he got out, he started working. When Wall Street Trapper got out, he even worked a blue collar job, construction, manual labor. I think he was a machinist. I think even he said he helped build the new stadium, Atlanta Hawks Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. But he was learning at the same time. He was earning, learning, and investing his money because he knew that he did not. Him being an ex-convict, if you're an ex-convict, the limitations of you having a job is very limited. And then that's one. Two, majority of the time it's going to be jobs that are going to be blue collar and it's going to be back-breaking work. Anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. But I think there's something very wrong with that being it, and you not having any backup plans. Wall Street Trapper had backup plans. He's like, hey, I want to figure this Wall Street game out to the point where I don't have to have a job anymore, and if I do, it's out of me wanting the job, not out of necessity. I get that, I respect that, and that's what's up. Now, I'm going to put one thing into perspective. Um, that is the Wall Street Trapper's lifestyle is a great example because of him going viral online, him building businesses, and I think he even bought like 30 to 50 acres of land somewhere in Georgia and whatnot. And he's going to, start farming on that land, leasing the land, et cetera, and so forth. So he's into real estate. He's into stock market. He's got his online platform. He's got his multiple streams of income. He did not 100% buy into the concept of, okay, and this is ex-convict we're talking about. He did not 100% buy into the concept of I'm only going to have a job and that's going to be it, because he knew he wanted to present a better lifestyle for his family. He knew he wanted to be able to present a better lifestyle for himself and future generations. But the miseducation of the worker, as in closing, because I'm not, like I said, not going to be on here that long tonight. The miseducation of the worker is get a good job, get a good education, work there for 30, 40 years, nowadays 50 years, put money in your 401k only, and everything will work itself out. That is so wrong. When most working people have up to $100,000 to $200,000 and as low as $38,000 worth of student loan debt. And with a lot of colleges in today's world not really paying, not paying, but pushing forward the education that matters the most in today's world. Because unless, I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again, unless you are going to be a engineer, doctor, lawyer, nurse, or a what is it, an information technology specialist, and even with that, that's very skeptical. I don't see the reason for anyone to go to college anymore. I'm just gonna put it like that. Maybe getting an associate's degree, but getting a bachelor's, a master's degree, and all that debt. Now, if you're one of those who've got the scholarships to where it's free, or if you're one of those who were in the military to where you earn your benefit so you can go to school for free, that's a different conversation for a different day. That's not even a conversation. Hey, why not take advantage of it? But for your average working person that has to take out student loan debt, to me, unless you're falling in those categories, it doesn't make sense. You know, and even if you do it, maybe get into a profession the way you can do it later on in life, but it doesn't make sense. Getting certified trades, from blue collar aspect, to getting skill sets in the IT and medical field. Because those are the biggest demanding fields, especially in today's world. That makes more sense. But the miseducation of the worker is allowing them to be more stressed out than ever before, especially in today's world, pre-COVID, um, more stressed out in regards to not having enough money, inflation rising, food shortages expected to happen. You know, we living in some interesting times right now. But a lot of people, I'm just going to say it straight out. Stop wasting time with gossip. Stop wasting your time worrying about what other people are doing if they're not talking economics. There's nothing wrong with having some fun, watching a game, being entertained and whatnot outside of taking care of your family and having a job or having your business and whatnot. But there's no room for error, for nonsense, for people to not constantly engage in studying, engaging in intellectual conversations, and engaging in growing. And I'm going to leave it at that. Because the miseducation of the worker is most of them think that education stops once they obtain the degree. Or education stops once they get to the highest level in their quote unquote profession. To me, the education really begins when you've established yourself in life. But then you got to say to yourself, what's next? Because life can make it easy for you to say, well, yeah, I'm comfortable now. I got the good job. I got the career. I got the house. I got the car. I'm living the American dream. But the American dream for a lot of people still leaves a lot of people one to two paychecks away from bankruptcy in a very bad way or from being homeless. Something to think about. The winners will be the savers and the investors, not just the savers and not just the investors. The winners will be the business owners, and the winners will be the people who are constantly trying to learn something new every single day and building connections and building strategies with people that are about growth and not stagnations. So that's all I got for tonight, family. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget, if you are a stock investor, crypto investor, individual retirement account investor, think about joining WEBULL, Coinbase, Acorns, Crypto.com. Sign up, get access to money, get access to free stocks, and you'll be able to make money moves in various different aspects. Don't forget to support your online local stores. Online local entrepreneurs have a Shopify store. Check it out. Might be able to purchase some products. And on that note, family, do the great 3 free things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. And hopefully you guys have a great night. Like I said, this is a late night, but, we get it in. We get it done either way. Here at Larry's Anything Goes. You know how I get down. So. Don't be miseducated. Education, the best education. I heard back in 2007. The best education is self-education, man. I truly believe that. And don't be one of those people that cannot afford a $1,000 emergency. Even if you don't have the liquid cash, that's what credit cards are for. Everybody still wants to play this money game the old-fashioned way. You're going to lose. I don't want you to lose. I want you to win. All right? I want you to win. But the question is, do you want to win? I can't answer that for you.